was happening, I had got disconnected, and then it was trying to reconnect me to the same video, but it wouldn't show me, so I wasn't sure if you guys could hear me or see me. But I did notice that there was a few comments. I saw Angelina, and I also saw somebody else. It looks like they had a butterfly emoji on their profile. And it seems like Angelina was saying something about having dreams about false prophets, and something about tarot cards or witchcraft. I had to move my setup too because my phone was about to die. I need to clean my lens. When you get back on, please leave your comment back in the comments, because I didn't I didn't get a chance to read everything thoroughly. Anybody else back on? I'm sorry, you guys. We had got disconnected from the first live. Someone had called me, and then also my phone had a low battery, so I had to. I tried to reconnect it to the same live, and it was giving me that option, but it wouldn't work. So I had to start a new live. So if you could rate your comment that you had in the comments, that would be great. Oh Lord, this new setup is crazy. This is the only way I could charge my phone at the same time. Good night. I hope you can interpret this dream I had last night. That is very baffling. Yes, please write it in the comments. Let me go grab my chair. Maybe that might be easier because I have to like bend down to be in the frame. Let me just get my chair. Okay. So everyone that had a comment or a dream that they need interpreted, you can add it in the comments now. If you had wrote it in the last live, do please send it again, because I didn't get a chance to really see it. Angelina, can you send the full thing? Flyaways. Okay, Angelina. Okay. I keep having dreams of false prophets and tarot cards. In the dream, this guy was telling me he was a prophet and God wanted to speak to me. Then he started telling me things God was saying. Okay, do you have anything else to add to that? Then he started pulling out tarot cards, and I told him to start reading those, and he would just keep reading them. Did anything else happen? Okay, sorry, this new setup is making everything shaky. I don't know where I was, but I was trying to leave and then I woke up. But I had the same exact dream twice with a guy and a girl. Okay, so we know that the Bible, I don't remember the full scripture or where in the Bible it is, but if you look it up, you'll be able to find the full scripture. But the Bible talks about false prophets and people coming and with his name, saying that they come with it in his name. I'm sorry. So the Bible talks about false prophets and people coming in my name, meaning that's what God's saying, people coming in my name. So there's going to be people that are false prophets and people that are saying they're people of God, and especially in the prophet area. But you have to be watchful. You have to be mindful. You can't rely on everybody. I mean, and you can't rely on I'm trying to say this in the best way. You can't just rely on prophets. So there's different people that are prophets, and there are real prophets, people that are like have the prophetic gift and that are even using the prophetic gift in the right way. But then of course there's some ones that are fake, so maybe they might even really have the real prophetic gift, but they're using it in a witchcraft type of way. So we know that people that read hands, read palms, and do all that other stuff that's considered witchcraft, they also have the gift too, but they're using it in the wrong way. So you have to be careful of people that you follow and that you listen to, because everybody is not a true person of God. Some people, are using stuff in the wrong way, and or just claiming to be prophets. I see there's so many people that's claiming to be prophets, and everybody isn't one. And that's why I don't even have myself as like title. I don't have a title for myself. I'm not ordained anyway, but I don't even call myself a title. I just call myself Davina because I don't got time for all that stuff. So yes, Angelina, just be careful of who you listen to, and don't just rely on other people. Get to know the word for yourself. Pray to God, get answers from God. Don't just rely on prophets to give you your answer because you want to be hearing from God. So a prophet might give you a word, but you're not supposed to just only rely on the prophet's word. You're also supposed to have confirmation. So if a prophet gives you a word, there's also going to be confirmation to back it up so that you know that what this prophet said was right and that this person is a real prophet. It's not just that, oh, this prophet said this, and then you got to run with it, and you just take it and nothing else happens. You're supposed to see fruit, and you're supposed to see confirmation. So either the prophet is confirming something that you already had in your mind, or they say something to you and then you get another confirmation some other type of way, and that's how you know if the person is true or not. We're not here to judge people, but that's how you know if a word is from God. Let me see if someone else has one. I dreamt I was in the house, and I dreamt I was in the I dreamt I was in the house I'm I'm in presently. I was asleep and awoken with a loud bang. I opened the door and saw the police in my home, breaking doors and saying I did not pay the mortgage. I kept telling him I'm paying for the house. I saw others move in, and I asked them who are they, and they said the movers. I never left. I woke up. The officer gave me his number and said call him. I woke up. Okay, so this could be just straight on. Sometimes things could be like, you know, it could be more straightforward, and this could be just God showing you that you need to get it together. I'm not sure, and I don't want to say the wrong thing, but you need to get it together with your bills and stuff or whatever. It could be about that, like it's just really about your bills, concerning your house or just bills in general, or if we break it down symbolically, um, it would represent basically there's something that needs to be done. So the police are of authority, right? And we have to, like, granted, we have to listen to the police. So the police in a way can even represent the Lord, depending on the way that the person came. So just because the person came in a loud way doesn't mean that it's bad. But if the person came in like an evil way, then we definitely know that's not God. But basically, the police have authority, just like the Lord has authority, right? And your house symbolically normally represents your life. And you were asleep, so normally if you're asleep in dreams, that's normally not the best. That means that you're like sleeping on something, or you're not paying attention in a certain area, and they're breaking down doors and saying that you didn't pay the mortgage. So paying mortgage is basically how you keep your house, and how you are able to keep your house, and so you don't go into foreclosure, and just like paying rent for an apartment. But mortgage is like you're paying so you can keep it, right? Sorry. Yeah, you're paying so you can keep your house, and it's the dream is showing that you're not paying, or at least these people are saying that you haven't paid your mortgage. And to get your attention, and to get you to, like, to get your attention, to get you to pay attention, and to get you to make these payments, the police had to bang on your doors. They had to break doors down. They had to, like, really get in there so they could get your attention. And you said that you were paying for the house. So you're saying that basically what is being brought to you is false accusations that you are indeed paying for the house, but they're saying that you're not. So I don't completely know what to think of this. Did you feel like while this was happening in the dream, that you honestly paid for the house, like you were honestly paying for the house and everything, and they were falsely accusing you of this, or you were just trying to defend yourself by saying that you paid for the house, or you're paying for the house? Have you been making like in the dream, did you feel like you were actually really making payments for the house? You saw others move in, and I asked them, who are they? They said the movers. And you never left. So depending on what you did would give because it could be good or bad. Well, it's not a good dream, but it could be like you're doing something. It could be that you're doing something. Okay, yes, I'm paying on the house presently. I was defending myself. Okay. You were actually making payments, and they just falsely accused you, and you were just trying to defend yourself. So that could just mean that somebody is trying to forcibly take something from you that belongs to you. But if it was, basically, if you weren't making payments and you were just trying to say that, then of course that would mean that you need to take heed and you have to take heed and listen. But if not, if you were actually you was actually trying to do the right, you were actually making the payments and all of that, and they were just falsely accusing you and trying to like run down in your house, then that would mean that somebody's trying to take something from you that rightfully belongs to you. And we know that somebody that pays mortgage, that means that they own the home. So yeah, it belongs to you, and they're trying to wrongfully accuse you and force you to force you out of something that you're supposed to have. So let me see. I dreamed my young adult son was a little boy and he was being rebellious. Did anything else happen? My mouth keep on getting so dry. Did anything else happen, Maya? I dreamed my young adult son was a little boy and he was rebellious. You're welcome. In one part he was preaching. Is there anything else? Okay, you said in one part he was preaching. Did he do anything else in any other parts? Sorry. Again, these flyaways in my head. Oh my god, it's just sticking out worse and worse. While preaching, I okay. I kind of don't understand. While preaching, oh, you looked. Is that what she meant? Because it said while preaching, I Lord. I think you meant to say while preaching, I looked around and he was swinging in a fish tank. It was very confusing. Okay, yeah, you looked around. Okay, so your son that's actually adult in real life, a young adult, was a little boy in the dream and he was being rebellious and he was preaching, and while he was preaching you looked around and he was swinging in a fish tank. Okay, so let's break it down. So we know that fish can often represent souls, so that would make sense, since he was preaching and he was swinging in the fish tank. So you wouldn't want to do something like that, right? And you also mentioned that he was rebellious. So being a little boy, we know that kids and little boys, they're like, they're a little, basically he's not grown up. Like he needs some mature in some type of area. That's what the little boy would represent. He's still carrying some young tendencies, and I'm not sure why he was preaching in the dream. I'm not sure if he's a real preacher in real life. But while he's still carrying on these young tendencies and things like that, he's preaching or whatever. So we all know that preaching is good, but you want to do it the right way, because if you do it, if you're doing things that's wrong, then you can everything could go downhill. You could lead people astray and all of that stuff. And he was being rebellious and he was swinging from a fish tank. So like I said, we know that fish represents souls. So yeah, it just seems like he's in a situation or area in his life or season in his life where he just, he may need some deliverance, and he just has to grow. He needs to grow into the man that he's supposed to be. And he's just carrying on a lot of young tendencies rather than growing up. He's still keeping some things from being a young boy. I'm not sure if he's carrying anything from his past, but he's just like carrying some young tendencies. He was gifted as a child, but he refused his gift. Okay, so yeah, that would make sense. that could be a part of rebellion too. Like when you don't take heed to what God says or has for you, that's part of rebellion too. You don't have to do something bad to be rebellious. You can also reject something from God, and that's part of rebellion too. Like if you don't listen to God's word, He doesn't force you to do anything. We all have free will and we have choice. But if you decide to reject it, then that's considered rebellion. And he's just like playing around right now. So that's what the swinging means too. Because when I read out loud swinging, I also saw like you know how monkeys swing around on the trees. That's what I kind of envision. And then I know that so a fish represents souls. So I believe that's what him swinging and the fish tank mean. Like he's playing around um, when it comes to this situation. But we just pray that your son will get it together and that he will take heed to whatever God's calling him to. Hi, Solstice World. We're just talking about dreams. So everybody right now is just listing their dreams in the comments, and we're just discussing that. Oh, he was swimming. Oh, he wasn't swinging. Okay, so that would be a little bit different. Okay, so that may have been, I don't know. It's all broken down. If you know what, we will get back to your dream. Cause I don't want to mix anything up. Maya, if you can send it to the dream box and from what you saw from beginning to the end and list it how you saw it, like from beginning to the end. Don't mix anything up. Um, I can get back to it and just email you because I don't want to say the wrong thing. Because I thought you said swinging, so that messed me up a little bit. But he was actually swimming. So if you could just send me the whole dream from beginning to end, like what you saw from the beginning, and then let everything carry out, and then that'll be better for me because it kind of confused me a little bit. Yep, we're doing interpretations. I'm just going to be on for about 5 more minutes, and then I'm going to get off. Hi, Nene. Okay, so if anybody else has a dream that they want to talk about or discuss, then you can write it in the comments now. I'm about to get off in a few minutes. You used to have dreams of fallen planes. Okay, so that wouldn't be good. Planes, normally airplanes represent elevation and going to a new level. It could also represent, depending on the dream, it could also represent international ministry too. And then, of course, we know that sometimes also think about like, the military and all of that. So it just wouldn't be good to see that. And you just want to pray when you see that. Like you see planes falling. Men dream differently than women is what I noticed. So God would use different symbols for men. They normally have more manly symbols, like you said, planes, helicopters. They may have dreams with like tractor trucks and stuff like that, stuff that's relatable to them. So sometimes it can be a little bit tricky with that too. Um, But yeah, definitely if you see planes falling in your dreams and you had it more than one time, you definitely want to pray against it. You want to just pray to God and ask God for protection, um, that nobody that you know will get hurt. You want to pray for the country and other countries as well. There's so many things to pray about concerning that. You just want to think about what planes represent to you. So like I said, airplanes, they normally represent elevation and even sometimes international ministry, but sometimes for men it can represent other things as well because they use planes to do different things in the real. So the way you see planes, you want to think about it and pray concerning those areas, that the planes won't fall, because that's not good overall. um what does being on menstrual cycle in a dream symbolize? um so having your menstrual cycle in a dream, you basically, when you're on your menstrual cycle, you're losing blood. So it could represent that you're losing blood or losing strength, because normally when women have their cycle, while they're losing their blood, they get a little bit weaker. So it could represent losing a little bit of strength, and then also it could represent just that too, something concerning your menstrual cycle. It depends on the dream. Do you accept donations? So I don't ask for any donations or anything up here, but if you guys feel led to and you want to, I do have a cash app. My cash app is money sign CRO. As a matter of fact, I'll add it to the am I able to do that, to write a comment to you guys? I think it won't let me comment. But my cash app is money sign crowned glory one. So CROWNEDGLORY one. And okay, Sosa said that he rebuked it every time, so that's really good. I dreamt I was receiving deliverance in a dream, and the scene changed to me taking. Okay, this is kind of a lot, TMI a little bit for some people, but I'm gonna read it. I dreamt I was receiving deliverance in a dream, and the scene changed to me taking off a bloody pad. I had seen creature-ish looking men down below being punished for something they had done. Um, when you say you saw creature-ish looking men down below, what are you referring to? Down below where? Um, so I'm gonna let you tell me what you meant by down below. And then this one says, I had a dream of a cat in my nose and I pulled it out. Okay, so that's really interesting. I never heard of anything like that. Um, so this can all depend on how you think about cats. Like, do you like cats? Normally, cats are normally. A lot of people say that cats can represent a witchcraft spirit, and then also cats. They're like small and hold on. Sometimes like comments popping up can like get me out of my zone. Um, but yeah. Do you like cats in real life or do you not like cats in real life? Before I go any further. Yes, this is definitely a Christian channel. I'm definitely a Christian. I believe in biblical dream interpretation. I do believe in biblical dream interpretation, and also I go off of like modern things too. So we know that cell phone isn't in the Bible. So if something isn't in the Bible, then I'll break it down in terms of like what it naturally represents. But yes, I'm a Christian and I believe in the Bible. And yes, I do believe in angel numbers too. I don't really, I mentioned this before that God doesn't really deal with me in numbers that much. I do notice that God has been showing me like triple numbers. So that's one way that God deals with me with numbers, triple numbers. Okay, I liked them, but the overall cat wasn't good to me. Okay, so that's kind of different for me. So I'm going to get back to that because I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. I never heard of anything like this. Oh, and it was a dad cat. Oh, so yeah, that wouldn't be good at all. A dad cat. You pull them out your nose. That could even mean that someone is being nosy concerning you. I'm not 100% sure because I haven't, to be honest, I'll be honest and say I never heard of anything like that. So I will get back to your dream. Let me go back to Nisai's dream. It's hard to explain. Like they were down on the lower level than I was on. Um, if you remember the whole dream, then you can send it to me in my email. Yeah, and even Nisaya, this type of dream that you had too. Um, I think that it's best that we just talk personally too. And Jada Marie, I'm gonna get back to your dream. Um, yes, you can ask a question about a dream. I'm gonna let you be the last one. God's virtuous woman. I'm gonna let you be the last one, and then we're gonna get off. And everybody that I said email your dreams back to me, just email me back, and I'll get back to you because yeah, I want to be accurate. That's good that you rebuked it. Definitely anything that's not good, and you know in your spirit that's not good, definitely rebuke it. But I'm kind of getting the sense that it might be something about somebody being like nosy, something in that aspect. Okay, so that would be deliverance because we lay hands on people, right? And that's part of deliverance. So you want to read scriptures about that the laying of hands. So you put your hand on their forehead, you're laying your hands on them, pray for them, and demons come out. This is what you do. And if you go to a church that believes in deliverance, then normally that's how they pray for people and cast out demons. So that will represent deliverance and casting out demons. So that would, if you had that dream, then and you were doing that to someone and it was good, that means that you would be in the deliverance ministry. You would have the, you may not have it now, but you'll be able to cast out demons. You'll be in the deliverance ministry to help cast out demons and get people free, get people delivered. Okay, I'm still okay. Here it is. Okay, awesome. I had a dream. Wow, that's crazy. So that's God definitely trying to get your attention. So such world, and God's trying to show you what you are capable of, and He wants you to get closer to Him so that you can grow in that area. So definitely, you might even want to fast and read your Bible, so that you could get even a better understanding of how God's going to take you there. Um, oh man, sorry guys. I had a dream. I had my back turned and I saw a clock hit 12 a.m. and my kingdom spouse, not married yet, so your kingdom spouse but you're not married yet at the moment, was standing like a foot behind me and said happy b-day right at 12. Happy b-day right at 12. And I ran and hugged him. Then I woke up and then I woke up, but my birthday isn't until May. This is about 3 days ago. So you had your back turned, but how, like, you had your back turned against what? Okay, so I would say that this definitely probably would mean that your spouse is coming, and you want to get prepared. Definitely, this even reminds me of the parable in the Bible about the 10 virgins, and there were 10 virgins and 10 other women, I believe. I'm sorry, um, but this is in the Gospels, and it's the parable. Basically, it's about the 10 virgins, and then some were prepared. Oh, all of them were virgins. Yeah, the 10 virgins. Some were prepared with the lights, with the lamps, and then some did not have the lamps. And then once they were getting closer and closer to the groomsmen, um, some had to ask the other ones that were already prepared if they could have some of their stuff so they could be prepared too. But the other versions that were prepared weren't able to help the ones that weren't prepared, in a nutshell. And the ones that did have their lamps and that was still lit and all of that, they was able to meet up with the bridegroom. And we all know that the bridegroom, if you have read that parable, it represents the Lord, being ready for the Lord. Okay, you was doing something and your back was turned and you heard him from behind. Yes, about the wise and the foolish virgins, and it was 10 of them. So yeah, that's what it reminded me of. But it was good that once you heard his voice and he said happy birthday to you, you were able to run and hug him. And you said you were like a foot behind him. Foot is 12 inches, and it was 12 a.m. So God's trying to show you something with the number 12, because 12 was mentioned 3 times in this dream. Well, 12 a.m. and then the foot is 12 inches, and then happy birthday right at 12. So that's 12 3 times. And God has been dealing with me with numbers 3 in a row too. Mostly 555 would represent grace. And then also been seeing like 222, 444, all numbers, like almost all numbers, like 3 in a row. So yeah, I would say definitely get into preparation. I believe that you know who God is already, but definitely get into preparation for what is to come next in your life. Um, I gotta get off soon and run and hug them. Then I woke up. Amen. I received that. Awesome. I've been seeing things revolving jobs a lot lately. I'm looking for a job at the moment. So in your dreams, you've been seeing revolving, jobs revolving. Yeah, I definitely believe in speaking in tongues as well. Okay, so you see numbers and threes as well. Okay, that's awesome. So like that's the only, well, I won't say that's the only way, but I feel like God doesn't really speak to me in numbers that much, but I do, what he does is always in like threes. You're welcome. I had a dream of three construction workers saying bye to me, and I was walking away happily and smiling. So do you do work in construction? Yeah, I've been seeing jobs about dreams about jobs. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay, so I'm not sure if the year means that you work in construction, but I'm gonna say that since you've been dreaming about jobs and then you had saw three construction workers saying bye to you, that means that the jobs that you previously worked at, you're not even gonna have to worry about it anymore. That you're gonna finally get. Okay, you said no, I don't work in construction, but I applied to this construction tech job, but wasn't picked. So I think it was that job. Okay, so yeah, basically you're gonna get the job that you're gonna be most happy at, like that. Maybe the job of your dreams. So those jobs, any jobs that you're applying for that's not for you, and even previous jobs that you have had in the past, you're not going to have to worry about that. You're not going to have to worry about working those type of jobs just to say that you have a job or anything like that. God's going to bless you with the job, a job that you're going to enjoy. So it's not going to just be about money or just to say that you have a job, or we know why we need jobs, but it's going to be a job that you're going to enjoy and that you're going to feel blessed about. Not sure, of course, what it's going to be, but yeah. You're going to be thankful that you didn't get any of those jobs. So it's a reason why you're getting denied for those jobs. You might feel like you really need it right now for different reasons, but it's going to be, you're going to be very happy that you didn't get those jobs. Okay, you guys, I'm about to get off now. I'm so sorry. So yeah, when you speak in tongues, a lot of times it's like you can't control it because we're not doing, I mean, like, it's a gift from God. So God is like, he's leading you in it, he's guiding you in it. And a lot of times, like when you're speaking in tongues, you can control it, just like when you're in the spirit. So you don't have to speak in tongues to be in the spirit. You can just feel like this something take over you. A lot of times you can't control yourself and like that either. You can feel yourself like, maybe being a little shaky, and you can't control it. You can't control the crying and all of that. That's just God all over you. So a lot of times you won't be able to contain yourself when you're speaking in tongues. um, I remember you from Mount Sinai Church. I remember your grandmother too. Oh my God, somebody from the church watching me. Hi. I wonder who you are. That's very funny. Okay, thank you. God bless you. Thank you. Well, yeah, me and my grandmother, yeah, we went to church together. I lived with my grandmother until she moved down south. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to see you in the next live. I got to go. I got to go home, okay? I'll see you later. Bye-bye.